Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to another Minecraft Java video. Today we're going to be taking a look at another shader pack for Minecraft Java Edition, and I am running the latest version 1.17.1 that came out recently, and I have shown you a few of the shaders for Minecraft Java Edition in my previous videos, and one of them was called BSL shaders. And the one I'm going to show you today is actually called Complementary shaders, and this is actually based off BSL shaders, and someone's taken BSL shaders and worked upon it. And the good thing about the shader pack is that it's currently still being worked on. BSL shaders were updated in March 2021, and this shader pack has actually been updated quite frequently, so the author of this shader pack is actually working on it, and he's actually made updates for the latest 1.17 version of Minecraft Java, and he's going to continue making updates for it hopefully. And there's more to this shader pack than meets the eye, so let me just show you some things about this shader pack, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how to install it with OptiFine, and I'm also going to show you how to install it with Iris shaders. Now OptiFine is still in preview build, so at the time of recording this video you will only be able to get the preview build of OptiFine, and it is version 25 at the moment, but hopefully in the future we will get a full and final release of OptiFine, which will work with mods and it will work with the latest version of Minecraft Java, and you should not have any problems basically. The reason we're going to use OptiFine today is because these shader packs, there are a few options which we can enable using OptiFine, which we can't do with Iris shaders. Now, the reason I'm also going to include the tutorial on how to install these with Iris shaders is because we can play the game on the latest update, which is 1.17.1. So if you've got any of your worlds that have been created in version 1.17.1 and you want to use these shader packs, then you can go ahead and use Iris shaders as an alternative. Okay, so I'm going to show you some gameplay now, and then I'm going to show you how to install it later on. So similar to BSL shaders, we can see we have the reflective water here, which looks really amazing, quite realistic. And then obviously we've got the rounded sun. Obviously we do have the nice shadow effects as well going on here. And we also have the cool looking clouds, similar to BSL shaders. I would say this is quite similar to Silder's shader pack in terms of the water graphics, because BSL shaders, it does look slightly different to this. And I will do a comparison later on. I'll show you what BSL looks like and what this one looks like in comparison. Alright, so as you can see on the top left there, I have enabled the FPS counter, so you can see what kind of FPS I am getting with this shader pack. Now, I'm going to show you some additional options which we can get with this shader pack as well. If I press escape, go to options, go to the video settings, click on shaders, you can see I am running the complementary shaders version 4.0.2. Now at the bottom right here, it does say shader options, so if I click on this, I can go ahead and change a few things for this shader pack. Now if I just hover over profile, you can see that we've got different profile options there, and they've even got a potato mode, basically where they've disabled the shadow. So if you're having problems running this on any of your older system hardware, then you can go ahead and enable the potato mode or low profile basically, and that should help you with some more FPS. What I also found interesting was that they've also included a vanilla/RTX type profile in this, and what this does, it actually resembles the Bedrock RTX experience, and I'll show you in a minute what that means. Obviously, as you can see, I've set this to ultra, so I'm getting the best detail quality at the moment. So I'm going to set this to the potato mode right now, just so we can see what the difference is in the FPS as well. So let me click on done. Let's wait for that to load, and we'll go back into the game. And as you can see, my FPS has increased substantially on the top left there. And shadows have been disabled, however, the water graphics are still quite nice. We've still got the cool looking clouds and the sun. So if you are having problems running the shader pack, I would recommend try that mode out. Okay, let's go back and enable the RTX profile. And as I mentioned earlier, what this does is it replicates what the Minecraft Bedrock version would look like if we were playing with RTX turned on. So let's click on done. And as you guys can see, the water now looks so much similar to the Bedrock version, which has the RTX. So we can see reflections there, and we can also see the straight lines going across there. And if any of you have ever used the Bedrock version and played the vanilla RTX pack, then you would know that this is what it looks like. I have also done a video on the vanilla RTX pack, which I extracted from one of the NVIDIA's own worlds and compiled it to an MC pack file. So if you guys do have the Bedrock version, do check that video out. And I will leave a link in the description for all of the videos that I've talked about today and all of the links to the downloads that I will show you today. Now, another cool thing about this RTX profile for the complementary shaders is the vanilla pack and its glowing ores. Now, if we come over here, you can see the ores are glowing. Let me change the time to nighttime, and we can see that we've got the glowing ores there. Unfortunately, this does not glow in the default mode. It only glows with the RTX profile. So if you're looking for something with a nice glowy ore, then this is one of the profiles we can check out. As you guys can see, now let's try some other ores as well. Let's try the emerald and the gold as well. So as you can see, it's got the cool looking glow there. It looks really nice. Just going to try out a lantern as well. So as you guys can see, the lanterns are glowing quite nicely as well. And this is quite similar to the RTX effects that we do get in the Minecraft for Windows 10 with ray tracing turned on. So this is really cool. I haven't seen any of the other shader packs do this, so this is why I think this shader pack is really cool and is worth checking out. Let's change it back to the default profile, which is high. And if we click on this option here, as you can see, it decides how the resource packs are handled. Let's choose basic for now. Another interesting thing is that if we click on this option here, which says Complementary Shaders by Evan GT, it actually goes into a secret menu. And as you guys can see, we've got some secret options here. One funny thing is that we can actually make everything have a wavy type of effect. So if we turn that on and click on Done, so as you guys can see, everything is now having a wavy type of effect. So it's quite interesting, quite funny to play around with if you guys want to check this out. As you can see, it's quite wobbly there. It looks quite funny. And if we go back to the secret menu options, let's turn that off. You also have this option here, which is called the forbidden option. So let's go with option 1 and see what that looks like. It looks really weird, as you can see. I'm not sure what this is for, but if you guys want to check this out, it is there to try out. Let's go with the option number 2. Again, that looks completely insane. And then let's go with option number 3. So yeah, even that looks completely crazy. So I'm not sure anyone would want to play with that. Let's turn that off. And obviously we do have other options here. Some other standard options. We could go into the sky settings, the water settings, lighting, shadows, world, etc. So you guys can go ahead and just play around with the settings and tweak it to however you guys prefer. And I do like the default settings as well. You can see that we've got the rays coming in from the sun through the trees there. It's really cool. Now, if I change this to BSL shaders, I can just stand over here. I'm just going to quickly change it to BSL. You can see that it looks slightly different. Color scheme does look different as well. Now, if you guys can see, the water is reflecting the sun's rays there. The sun is not rounded, it's square shaped there. However, the reflection is rounded in the water there. Now, if I change it back to the complementary shaders, as you guys can see, we don't have that much of a reflection there, but the sun is rounded. So it is up to personal preference depending on what you guys like. If you don't like too much of the reflection going on, then this shader pack is worth checking out. Obviously, we do get the RTX profile as well. We have the low and potato profile as well for lower hardware. Okay, now I'm going to show you guys how to download this shader pack and then install it for Minecraft Java Edition version 1.17.1. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to download Java, and what that's going to do is going to help us install OptiFine and Iris shaders very easily. We're not going to have any problems installing them. So let's go ahead and open our internet browser and just go to java.com and click on Java download. Let's click on agree and start free download. Wait for that to finish downloading, and then we can just open the file. Now, you will notice the screen did go black there because we do get a Windows warning message, which you guys can't see, but it will pop up. So if I go ahead and click on install, it will start installing Java. Alright, so once that's finished downloading and installing Java, you should get a message that says you have successfully installed Java, and let's click on close. Now we can start downloading the shader packs and the programs that we need to enable the shader packs for our Minecraft Java Edition 1.17.1. First of all, if we open up the launcher, just make sure that you are running the latest version of Minecraft. So as you can see, as of today's date, I have got the latest release, which is version 1.17.1. Now, if you guys have an older version, then you can go ahead and basically update it, and hopefully everything should work fine. So let's close this down for now. Let's open up our internet browser again, and if we go to our search bar and start typing in BSL shaders, and the link we need to go to is this one, which is bitslablab.com, because this is the author's main website for BSL shaders. So if we click on edits and extras, you will see a link here that says Complementary Shaders by MNGT. So if we click that, it will take us to a CurseForge page. And if we just scroll down here and go to this link here in the description, let's click on here to continue. Now, this is the update log for the author for the shader pack, and if we just scroll all the way down, we can see that the latest version 4.0.2, it adds support for Minecraft 1.17 blocks, which is really cool. And I think this guy is probably updating it more frequently than the other shader packs, so it's always good to use a shader pack that is being worked on and updated. Let's close this down. Let's go ahead and download this file. Let's click on download, wait for that to finish downloading. So guys, you guys can see it's finished downloading the complementary shaders version 4.0.2.zip file. So let's close this down. Now in the search bar, if we start typing in OptiFine, it should be the first link, which is optifine.net. Let's go into that. Let's hover over downloads, go into the download section, and as you can see, for version 1.17, it only says preview versions, and the version we're going to use as of today's date is this one, which is pre-25. I'm going to click on mirror and then start the download. And as you guys can see, it's now finished downloading the preview file for OptiFine version 1.17. So let's close this down. And in the search bar, if we start typing in Iris shaders, and it's the link which is irisshaders.net, let's go to that one and click on download now, and then click on download universal jar, and it should start downloading. And as you can see, it's finished downloading. It's quite a small file. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put all these files on my desktop, and I'm going to show you how to install them. Alright, so we've now placed the installation files on our desktop and the shader pack file as well. So if we start off with OptiFine, if we just right click on the OptiFine file, hover over where it says open with, and then select Java platform SE binary. Now because we installed Java previously, we can now go ahead and install this with no problem. So let's click on this, and you should get this message for the OptiFine installer. So just click on install because it should automatically detect where you've installed Minecraft. If not, then you'll have to locate it if you've changed the default directory. So click on install, wait for it to say installation completed. So as you can see, it says OptiFine is successfully installed. Click on OK. And now if we do the same thing for Iris shaders as well, hover over open with and then select Java Platform SE Binary. Now you will notice it does say select edition, and we can only select Iris and Sodium. For select game version, if we click on this drop down here, and then we can go ahead and select either 1.17 or 1.17.1. So let's go ahead and do that. Click on install. There we go, and now it says installation succeeded. So we can now close this down. Now if we move these two files out of the way, we open up our launcher. Once you're in the launcher, if we click on the installations tab over here in the top, you will see that we've now got OptiFine showing and Iris and Sodium showing as well. So what we now need to do is we need to move the shader pack file into the default Minecraft directory into a folder that's called shader pack. So if you just hover over any of these lines and click on the folder icon, it should open up your default Minecraft directory. Let's just minimize that. Now, if we go to a folder here that says shader packs, you might not have this if this is the first time you're doing it. So just right click anywhere in the blank space, hover over new, and then select new folder, and then just rename it to shader packs. And you should now have a folder that says shader packs. So let's go into that folder. And if we just take this zip file for complementary shaders and then move it into the shader packs folder, there we go. And it's that easy. So let's close this down. Let's go back into our Minecraft launcher, and to launch OptiFine, we're going to hover over this bit here and then just click on play. Let's wait for that to finish loading. Alright, so we should now be in the game, and on the bottom left you will notice it says Minecraft 1.17 and modded. Now, one thing to note is that because this is the preview build for OptiFine, it's installed it for version 1.17. If you want to use the shaders for version 1.17.1 as of today's date, you will have to use the Iris shaders, but you may not be able to play around with the RTX profile that I showed you earlier. So just bear that in mind. Obviously later down the line we will have an updated version of OptiFine which will work with all of the updated versions of Minecraft Java Edition. So this is only for recent times. In the future obviously everything should be fixed. So if we go to options, click on video settings, you should have a button here that says shaders. Click on that and you will see it does say complementary shaders. Now let's click on that and then click on done. Alright, click on done again. Now as an example, I'm just going to create a new world to show you guys what it's like to create a new world and then use the shader pack within that world. Alright, let's click on create new world. Just wait for that to finish loading. And as you guys can see, we have now loaded a standard survival world, and I've got the shaders loaded here, and we can see immediately because of all the cool looking shadows, the sun coming in through there. It looks so nice, and the water graphics as well. And then obviously we can go into the options, video settings, shaders, shader options, and then change the profile to low, for example. And we're getting a higher FPS rate there, as you guys can see. Let's go change it to another one. There we go. And now we're playing as the RTX type shader pack from Minecraft Bedrock, and it's replicating it quite well, I must admit. Alright, so I'm going to close this down and I'm going to launch the game now using Iris shaders, and I'm going to show you something interesting. So close this down. And let's go back to the Minecraft launcher again. And you will notice that in the drop down you can select it over here as well. I normally like to go to installations and click on play so I can see it better, but you can actually select it in the drop down as well if you want to. Alright, so if we go to Iris and Sodium and click on play for that. Just wait for that to load up. Alright, so now that we're in the game, you can see at the bottom left here, it does say Minecraft 1.17.1/Fabric. So it's actually using Fabric, and it says modded, and on the top here, the title bar, we can see it says Minecraft version 1.17.1. Go to options, click on video settings, and then click on shader pack, so you can see that the complementary shaders are enabled. Just click on apply, done, and obviously you've got more options here within Iris shaders, as you guys can see there. Let's close that down. Now I'm going to go into single player, and as you guys can see, it now says version 1.17 there. If I was to create a new world, it will create a new world for version 1.17.1. And if you did want to play with OptiFine, you can go ahead and play using the OptiFine profile for version 1.17. It will just give you a warning message if you want to go ahead, and you can just say it's fine. So yeah, as you guys can see, we've now loaded into the game, put us in quite an interesting place. A single block here. But yeah, even this looks really nice, as you guys can see. Got the lava coming in, we've got the glows, got the water reflection as well happening here with the sun's rays coming in. And this is using the Iris shaders on version 1.17.1, which is the most up-to-date version of Minecraft as of today. So hopefully you guys have found this video useful. If you have, please do give us a like. Obviously, please do also leave a comment below. What is your favorite application? Do you prefer using Iris shaders, or do you prefer using OptiFine? If you have any other queries or comments, just leave them in the comment section below. Obviously, I will leave a link in the description to all of the downloads that I've shown you today, and all of the YouTube links as well that I've mentioned about my other videos, which I've done reviews for. And also, please do subscribe to this channel to help support it help it grow. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.